Hi there puzzlers, welcome back to Laura's Cosy Puzzle Corner, and today you are joining me whilst I work on this brand new puzzle which is called Candlelight Cottage and is a Thomas Kinkade puzzle. I think it's Gibsons, yeah, Gibsons, and look at that beautiful picture. You've got a lovely lit up cottage there with a nice grassy area at the front and lots of nice sky and trees, so I'm so excited to do this one. This is actually I have lots of Thomas Kinkade puzzles here, and Thomas Kinkade is one of the brands or one of the artists that I used to puzzle a lot when I was younger because I really loved his artwork. But I've never had a 500-piece Thomas Kinkade puzzle before, so this is new for me, and I'm really interested to see how easy it comes together. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera around now and let's get puzzling. Right, so let's get puzzling. Oh, I've forgotten this is actually a brand new jigsaw. But no, it's got sellotape on, so that's good. It was in cellophane, so there we go. I've got the bag here. I don't really like ripping them open, so bear with me. I much prefer to open them carefully. So, there's normally a fair amount of puzzle dust with these ones, but let's see how we get on. Well, I actually can't see any. I think these companies are starting to be a bit more thoughtful when it comes to the puzzle dust. So let's get this set up on my box lid here and start sorting this beautiful looking puzzle. I'll get some trays out. I am going to want to sort that sky, so I probably am going to need 3 trays. There we go. Let's see how we get along. There's something so calming about sorting puzzle pieces. I love it. Such a gentle way to wind down. There's the bit with Thomas Kinkade's signature on, so that's going to come down in this corner. Have you done a Thomas Kinkade jigsaw before? I'd love to hear below in the comments if you have and how you find them. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. These bits I think are similar to these, so let's move these back over. I need a third. Can't really see anything specific, so let's just keep going. Although there are actually, let's think about this again. There's lots of windows, so let's get the lit up windows in there. That'll be a starting point. So, what's been making you smile this week? I was thinking about that this morning because I do like to think about things that I'm grateful for. I find that really a positive thing to think about, and yeah, I was thinking I am just loving that the weather has calmed down a bit. It was getting too hot for me, and now that the weather is sort of here, it's maybe 18 degrees, 19 degrees, and we've got this nice little cool breeze going around. It's just lovely. So that has definitely made me smile this week. I do struggle in the heat. I actually didn't have my fan on last night in bed, which is the first time in ages. So yeah, that's been really lovely. So yeah, what's making you smile this week? I'd love you to let me know in the comments below. It's always interesting to think about things that actually, little things, you know, that make you bring a smile to your face in the week or at the weekend. I'm off to see the Minions movie tomorrow night with my daughter Sam. She's been very keen to see it. She's very keen for me to do a Minions puzzle again. So I shall, I promised her I'll get a Minions puzzle built soon to celebrate the movie. Okay. Well, listen, I'm taking it. There we go. If we can find two that go together, let's keep them there. Oh, I'm going to love doing that sky. I've never done a Thomas Kinkade puzzle that I didn't like. Honestly, every puzzle that he does or that I've done, I love. It's just something about his artistry that really draws me in. I used to actually own a painting of his, but no idea what happened to it. I think it got lost when I moved once. Oh, got another little two there. All that lovely sky. I definitely want to start on the sky. It's so nice doing a 500 piece one. Kind of want to bring that out, although I did see another bit like that. Maybe I should bring that out too. And that one. Because it's just a little pathway in front of the house, so it shouldn't be too tricky. So I'm off to see James Taylor in 2 weeks' time. Very excited about that. I did see him once before when he came to Sandringham, because he's an American singer. But when I was younger, I think this is how I've heard of him. But when I was younger, I used to watch Dawson's Creek, and quite a lot of his music used to appear in that show, and I think that's how I really got into him. So yeah, it's not very often that I get the chance to see James Taylor. But we're going up to Scarborough, me and my daughter Jess. I love Scarborough. I've only been a couple of times, but it's so beautiful there. And I think it's an open air, I'm sure it's an open, I can't remember if it's an open air gardens or something like that, but it's definitely outside, so hopefully the weather will be lovely. Should definitely have to take my little handheld fan just just in case it gets too much. But being a seaside town, you normally find they're a bit breezier anyway, so that's always good. I think that's skyish. Not sure, but we'll leave it there for now. It's always exciting starting a new puzzle, and I've really looked forward to doing this one. I'd actually forgotten I had it. So, as I said, I've always been a fan of Thomas Kinkade. I actively seeked out this puzzle because I wanted to try one that was 500 pieces. I just find them two very different experiences, a 1,000 piece and a 500 piece. A 1,000 piece Thomas Kinkade is quite intense. I love it, but it is quite intense. And generally when I do the 500 pieces, they're a little bit easier, a little bit more calming. So I thought, I'd love to try one of his in a 500 and just see if the experience is a bit different. I do have quite a collection of Thomas Kinkade. I think I've got around 20 Thomas Kinkade puzzles in my to-do pile. Is this not quite there? Show you what I'm doing there. Just trying to build up the Thomas Kinkade, although I actually think that maybe, oh okay, goes there. Oh, a few more of the pathway there. I've not been looking out for those. Oh, another two. Put that there. I must admit, if I open up a puzzle and there's 10 bits stuck together, I'll always take those apart. Always take those apart. But if there's just two together, I think they're allowed to stay. think cottage style puzzles are my most favourite. I love the Thomas Kinkade ones, I love the corner piece ones, I love the Ravensburger ones. Any cottage style puzzles with streams and sky, definitely up there in my favourites. But then I do also really enjoy colourful puzzles as well, and I do like cats and libraries and books and things and toy shop windows and things like that. Right, there we have it. So let's move these trays over. I actually hadn't realised it, look, they actually magnetised. I'm definitely going to be working on the sky first. So let's, well, there's quite a lot of puzzle dust here actually now I'm looking. Right, might have to get the brush on that after. It's nice and quiet in my house right now. It's always nice to get a bit of quiet puzzle time. There we go. This bit is going to come down there. there's going to be quite a bit more coming along there. I do love the sound of the seagulls outside. Don't think. Okay, well, let's see how that goes for now. I can really feel how dark this puzzle is now. It's quite dark. And obviously darker puzzles do make a slightly harder puzzling experience, but we'll see. I do struggle a bit with the light in here. I really hope when I move I can find a room with lots of natural light in it. That would be lovely. I was thinking about what makes things cosy for me, and I really do associate being cosy with the winter, having, or the autumn even, you know, when it starts to get a bit colder and you start getting the blankets out. Get the candles on. Everything just feels a bit cosy in the winter. You have a nice hot chocolate. And I was trying to think what things mean, you know, feel more cosy for me in the summer. Does that go on there? I don't think it does actually, but I'm not sure. But that definitely goes on there. Let's move that down, and then this is coming over here. Yeah, and I was thinking, well, actually, the birds singing outside, when I can hear the birds singing outside, that feels cosy to me. And when I can just sit and have a quiet bit of time with a cup of tea, that always feels cosy to me. I definitely associate coziness with a cup of tea. I don't drink coffee at all, so I'm a definite tea girl. I like very weak tea. being able to have the windows open and feeling the breeze coming in, that feels quite cosy to me too. Especially when it's hot outside. I have a lovely window right next to my bed. It's open all the time right now. You know, and being able to go out for a walk along the seafront and having a nice ice cream, that feels cosy as well. But it was definitely harder for me to associate coziness with summer. I definitely associate it more with the winter, but I think I just haven't really thought about before what things I do find cosy in the there we go, in the summer. You know, and things like we've got a local park near us, and just being able to go down and watch the sunset, that's really cosy, definitely. Doesn't matter what time of year we go down there, it's always beautiful. Always gives that cosy feeling. Now, where are you going to go? So this is you here. Okay, so I've got this wrong down here. Yeah, so you're going to go on there, I'm going to go there, and we're in. Oh, I've got all of the outside pieces out. Look at that. That doesn't happen very often, I always miss one. Fantastic. Right, so I just want to work on that sky. I'm trying to think what is the easiest way for me to do that. I think what I'm going to do, just separate that out a little bit. Just bring this down so that I've got a better way of accessing it. So I want these very light pieces first. I also love walking through the woods. I haven't been to the woods in a while, but it's one of my favourite places to visit. And there's no doubt about it that autumn is the best time, for me anyway, to go to the woods. But I think for me, going to the woods would be cosy at any time. It's just there's something extra special about it in the winter, or should I say in the autumn. I love it in the winter too, but just when those leaves are turning and it's all autumny. I really look forward to our changing seasons. They all offer something a bit different. Struggling to get one, and I'm thinking, is that one wrong? Because it could be. Sometimes if I get one in wrong, it just steers me the wrong way for ages. So let's take it out for now. That's definitely going in there. Have we got any more? See, now they do look like they go together, so I think I've got this actually wrong up here somehow. Let's try that. Nope. There we go. Okay, maybe I will build that bit. After. One thing I've noticed a lot lately is I've really lost the art of reading. I just don't know why that is, but I don't know if it's because I watch more YouTube. So if I've got downtime, I've got people that I like to watch on YouTube, and I tend to catch up with them, find out what's going on. And whenever I pick up a book and try to read it, I fall asleep. So I just can't seem to read anymore. Where are you going to go? something to sort of finish that bluey bit off. Could be you actually, yes. Alright, so which one of you is going to fit? There we go. When I was a kid, I read all the time. I think it must just be times have changed and that's the way it is. I loved Enid Blyton books. They were my favourite. Famous Five, St Clair's, Mallory Towers. I loved all of those. I read all of those. I read all the Harry Potter books when they came out. Well, this is an issue. Neither one is fitting in there. Okay, so that must be wrong. Let's try again. There we go. Well, I think it has to go that way now. Oh, I loved reading Harry Potter. They were just the best books. I can watch the movies over and over again. Does that fit there? I think it must do, but it just looks a bit odd. It's literally got a little curvy bit. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that's not it. I feel like it does, but we shall see. Oh, right, that curvy bit's going to go on there. Okay. I don't feel like we play as many board games now either. We used to play a lot of board games when I was young. Scrabble was always my favourite. Now we play Words with Friends on the phone. I don't think you look right, but I do go to my friends once a month and we have a board game night. We normally play Scrabble actually. I think we all love Scrabble. I'm wondering if I've got that wrong bit, if it's wrong. No. Just going to try this now just because, no, so it's definitely got to go that way. Right, let's power along now. Okay, so this bit is wrong. Yeah, it's definitely wrong. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, sometimes I give myself a hard time about not reading anymore, and I think, should I be reading more? But then I think, well, I am still taking in information. I'm just taking it in a different way, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just different. Oh, I think it might go there. Yeah. Now this is coming down a little bit more, I think. So I've done a few videos this weekend, and one of them was me sorting out my puzzle shelves. And when I was sorting out my puzzle shelves, I came across two puzzles that were exactly the same. Two Ravensburger 500-piece puzzles, exactly the same. So I don't know how I've ended up with those. Well, I do actually. I don't always remember. It's one of the things of being my age, I think. Although I'm not sure I've ever had a great memory. But then when I was doing my puzzle haul video, I opened up all my puzzles and I had received two of the exact same puzzle from different people. So I'd obviously, oh look, that's a nice bit. It's getting the roof started. I had obviously, I think what probably happened is I was looking at the puzzle before bed, thinking I might buy it. I did actually buy it, and then I woke up in the morning and seen it and thought, oh yeah, I was going to buy that, and I've bought it again, not realising that I'd already got it. Do you ever do that? Do you ever find that you've picked up the same puzzle twice? It's very hard when you've got quite a big collection of puzzles to remember everything that you've got. Well, I think it is. I do try and make a point of checking. Oh, where are you going to go? I think this is going to connect here fairly soonish. Lovely. So how am I going to link that in? So it's actually coming over here. that actually going to fit? Oh, look at that. Lovely. I still need this down a bit, otherwise I'm not going to be able to see those pieces. So let's get this piece up here, if I can find it. It must be out on the table, I think. It's got one there. I think the biggest memories I have of summer as well is just playing out all day. I've always pretty much lived in a near the seaside location till I was about 15. But up until then I always lived by the sea, so I always used to spend my days down the beach with my friends. We never used to want to come home. We would literally be out as late as we possibly could. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. So now, I've got to try and find might as well get rid of this tray actually. I'll put that over there. Try and find this bit. Oh, there we go. And that one. And that one. Must be. Nope. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, I'm struggling here. Okay, that helps. There's a few false fits on this puzzle. Which can steer you down the wrong path. Yeah, there's definitely a few false fits. I'm finding a few bits that go in the wrong place and look like they should be there when they're not. Okay. There's another false fit. This is actually coming over here. Certainly makes the puzzle a bit more tricky when you get lots of false fits. You can easily go the wrong way somewhere and spend ages trying to get yourself back. But once you know there's false fits, it's a good way of reminding yourself to check before you get too far down the road. Right, so I think we're good with the sky. So now I think I'm just going to get back into doing as we go, really. I need to push that back up a bit. I do have this nice little patch of pathway here. I've got a few double ups now. You're coming in here somewhere. Maybe there. There we go. You look like you're there, but you're not. Just be so careful. So we'll leave them up there for now, out of the way. We'll come back to those. Let's have a little go on this pathway. See how we get on. Oh, I've got this bit. And that's coming over here by the looks of it. first bit in. Right, so let's have a little look and see what we can find. So having been away at puzzle camp, I hadn't had much time to do any videos, but I've actually had a lovely time this weekend to get some videos together. I so enjoy it. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy making these videos. It feels like real time for me. I get to play around with my puzzles all day, and it's just lovely. I never actually expected to love doing YouTube videos as much as I do. I also did my Aimee Stewart collection video, which I've been wanting to do for ages. So that will be going up soon. And I decided to do a puzzle reorganisation video, which may have already gone up by the time you are watching this. But that was good fun. I enjoyed sorting them all out. And I also want to sort some of my others out as well, because I've got quite a lot of corner piece jigsaws which are scattered all over my room. I am a bit disorganised chaos most of the time, to be honest. I love to organise, and I loved doing the video to get it all in order, but on a daily basis I'm not that organised. Probably due to time constraints mostly. Oh, this little pathway is coming together lovely. I'm glad I pulled those bits out now. Okay, so I think it looks like, yeah, there we go. So I can try and get the rest of these path bits out. There are so many flowers in this. I think the flowers are going to take a little bit of time. Okay, that's the blue door. Right, so I think I might try and do this little section of flowers over here, although this is going to be tricky. There are so many flowers. I was hoping to finish off this little blue bit here, but it may have got put in this pile, to be fair. That's that one. There we go. That doesn't look like it goes there, does it? I'll take that out for now. I do love having you with me while I'm puzzling along. It's nice to know I've got company. So that's coming into a window bit. There we go. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Hopefully I can build down from that now. That's really good. Look, there we go. doesn't fit right, does it? It's very frustrating, this puzzle. Certainly looks like that goes there. I don't think that goes there, so let's see if we can find any more bits. It might go like that. There we go. Still not sure about this bit. It's a bit wobbly. That definitely goes on there. So I've got some red flowers to come in down here. I'm going to have to start finding those. I've got a chance of connecting. Oh, there we go. Got some out already. Do you go there? Do you? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll put you there. My hands are feeling very puzzledy today. I just feel the puzzle on my fingers. Right, let's find some more red. There's one. It's going to go that way, I think. No, it's going to go... Okay, so you're not going anywhere. So maybe you're wrong. What do you look like though? See, this is the other problem when you get false fits. You start second guessing yourself. So now I feel like I've got 4 pieces there that should fit here, and none of them are fitting. I'll try and do it outside of the puzzle. So these two obviously go together. It looks like they should go in there, but they don't, so it must be one along. Maybe that does go on there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, now it's all of a sudden fit. Don't understand. goes there. Can't work out where this bit's coming in. Oh, there we go. That might help a little. Yes. Okay. That is not going to fit on there. I'm thinking this might be wrong here. Okay, that's going to fit on there. So I can see. I think this comes on here. I don't know where it was before, I can't remember, but that looks better. There we go. So we've got the door coming in now, so I can see that big window. Then there's a smaller window, then there's the door. So that might take a little while to get to. Really struggling to find any more blue bits of the door, but again, they're going to be in here, aren't they? Because it's got a massive window in it. So I would have picked out the bits. Is that the door? Don't think it is. That could be the door, yes. Oh no, this is a porthole. So that's a porthole window up there. Okay, so that could have been a bit of the door then. Yep. No, I'll have to come back to that. I can't find those right now. So let's try and build up flowers. Are these coming in here? That way round maybe? Oh, there we go. I'm not really sure if that's fitting there. Kind of doesn't look like it. Kind of looks like it's more to do with here, maybe somewhere. The big gold lamp, but again I would have pulled it into here, I think. Be good if I could find that. Oh, I'm struggling to see that. I can see that goes together, but I don't think it's linked to that. Got a little connection there. Lovely. Right, let's put those bits back, so I think they're going to be easy to pick and place. Overall it's coming together fairly well, I think. It's just these false fits are causing a slight issue here and there. There we go. I should be able to find these bits fairly easy because they've got like little lines going through them. A bit like that. Could come up here somewhere. Yeah, there. Let me see if I can seek those out. Yep. No, that doesn't work. Okay. That was wrong again. That's frustrating when it's wrong. There we go. There's that one. Just wondering if I've got any out. No, that's not going to go there either, is it? It's going to go there. You see, puzzles are not supposed to bring stress. They are designed to only bring joy. Or they should be. Should be designed only to bring joy. Okay, so I think that's most of those. I've just got this little red bit. Let's go. When you're doing this kind of a puzzle, this Thomas Kinkade kind of puzzle, you really have to focus on the type of flower. And there's lots of flowers. If you just look at the type of flower, that helps zone you into the right pieces. Because they are tricky. Where's this red coming in? What's up there, look? Oh, I've got another bit here. Can't see overly well from here. I think that looks right. Yeah, if you can really zone in on the flower, normally just makes it a little bit easier to find the bits you need. Here I've got this like little blue flower, and they don't appear anywhere else. So there we go, look. And then after the blue flower, I've got very small. That's more likely to go up there. I can't see from here, so I don't know if that's right or not, but I'll leave it there for now. Yeah, so there's this little bit of red just here. It's very small. I'll try and find that now. Oh, there we go. So I've got those little flowers done now. Now the green bits were always a little bit harder, they're quite dark as well. So they are going to be trickier to find. They're almost black actually. What did you up there? That's not really sure. Let's just try and focus on this bit. Yeah, you see you've got the house here and then you've got some purple. I've got quite a lot of purple in here, but there's some purple coming in up here, so I think I might have to build that bit at the end. I'll try and look for these grassy bits, which are really hard to find actually. I feel like maybe if I can find a couple like that, then I'll start to get into the knack of knowing exactly what they look like, which helps. There's one. And the next one is one of those shapes, so that shouldn't be so hard to find. Struggling to find that one. Can't possibly be in this box because this is all house. So now I'm thinking, have I gone wrong again? Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh no, that's, oh yeah, okay, so that's actually going to go in here. Okay, that's good. I've got these steps here, but struggling to identify those as well. Tricky. No. I've got that one. Yep. Got that one. Oh, this one should be so easy to find. Hang on. There we go, it's hiding up in the corner. There we go. I know we've still got quite a bit to do, but it does feel like it's starting to flow a bit more now. Definitely. I feel like I'm getting into a bit more of a rhythm with the pieces. And I love that. There we go, look at that. That size now all complete. Got a lot of scattered pieces now, so I probably need to try and regroup a little. That's going to go there. And this I'm not sure. So I'm thinking I probably need to start doing the house a bit now. There's a big red bit there, must have that here. But I cannot see it, so pieces are probably wrong, to be fair, because I can't see them very well from here. Okay, still fits. Could be you. Okay, still fits. I cannot find you. My lovely, where have you gone? Oh, there you are, look. Hiding in plain sight. Got you. Oh, I think that's going to all go up there, look. Oh, lovely. There we go. Okay, I think it's probably the right time to move over to these bits here. And let's see what we can do. I'm mindful that I still want to build this door as well. But there's nothing easily jumping out at me as door. So I shall try and focus on these windows here. Also, I do quite like to just build windows. Oh, there we go. Build windows up on their own. And you can see the flowers in the bottom of that window. And where do you go? That's an interesting piece. There we go. So okay. Oops. Okay, that looks like the door. do that. I put these pieces in, I think they fit, and then I look again and I'm like, what? How did I manage that? And that's actually the door. Oh, that's come together really quickly actually, I love that. Look how quickly those windows have built together. So we've got this big window, it goes that way. Goes something like that. Clearly doesn't fit. Okay, so that's the bottom. That's definitely got the, what I think is lavender. There we go. There we go, so that's going to be that top line of lavender that I've got in this other tray. That I can come back to in a bit. There we go, so we've got the door done, got all the windows done. We've got this little pothole done. Trying to think, but it's actually, I need to use this tray now because it's actually this purple stuff that's coming in. Anyway, I'd love to know how many puzzles you guys have. I haven't counted properly lately, but last time I counted I know I had about 200. But obviously I am running a puzzle channel, so I've been buying different puzzle brands and things to try them out. I'd be interested to know how many you've got in your collection and whether you have ones that you won't part with, you want to hold on to, or whether you do move them on in the same way as I'm trying to do. And what's your favourite brand? I've read mixed results about Siako, and I just bought a puzzle, didn't realise it was Siako, because I was kind of not sure about it. So I'd be interested to know if you've done a Siako puzzle or how you've found that. So look, this side is all done now. I think this is going to connect at some point. Maybe there. Oh yay! Starting to feel that flow more as well now with the puzzle. I feel like these last few bits are not going to take that long to come in. Oh, look at that. It's going in quickly now. Now, where are you? There you are. There we go. Yeah, we're running out of pieces very quickly now. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a false fit there again. There we go, nearly done. And the final piece going in. Oh, wrong way. There we go, lovely. Oh, I enjoyed putting that together. Certainly a bit challenging at times, but yeah, thank you ever so much for joining me today. And if you do like this kind of content, please do like and subscribe. It's lovely to have you here with me. I really appreciate you watching. So yeah, I do hope you'll join me again and watch some of my other videos. For those of you that are Patreon members, please do pop over to the Patreon, and we'll have our little chat after the puzzle session. Alright, see you there. Take care. Bye.